Hey, y'all, what's up? I'm so aggravated. So they flagged the Bondy Blue show. Then they confirmed by manual review that it should not continue to be monetized with limited ads. And y'all know we go through this on YouTube, but I haven't gone through it all month. And they wait till the end of the month, the last week of the month, to flag a Bondy Blue show, which is usually, the video that makes the most money next to Real Housewives of Atlanta. So they choose the week that Real Housewives of Atlanta is not on to flag my most money making video. Like, oh Lord, sometimes I really just want to quit, Jesus. Sometimes I really do. But y'all, you know what? You got to keep on pushing, even though you want to kick a hole in your wall. But you don't want to have to pay a stupid tax because you already got to save money to fix stuff around your house. And YouTube is playing with your money. And you got to preserve that money. So yeah. Oh my God. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this lackluster episode of Love and Hip Hop New York, where Erica and Safari are hell-bent on giving us I Love Lucy vibes. Tahiry wants to have a health scare that causes her to act irate. At least that's the way they were trying to make it seem. We'll get to it. But I was just kind of bored with the whole Fresher and his baby mother and his side chick that he may or may not have been in love with. Like, I'm just like, how many times are we going to recycle this storyline? Like, geez Louise. All right, y'all. Erica and Tahiry meet up to shop for baby clothes. Now that the wedding is over, Erica is still in the middle of her bliss, but she wants to focus on the baby, okay? And Tahiry wants to talk about how Jonathan snuck into the wedding and Erica was better than her because she would have been like, get him up out of here. Get him up out of here. She's extra. She got a real issue with Jonathan ever since he went off on her and tried to make it seem like she was slow because she didn't realize that she was being used as a tool to upset sin. And it's just kind of like, oh my God, this is so dumb. First of all, who cares what Jonathan has to say? Jonathan has no life on this show. Jonathan does nothing but stick his little plastic nose into everybody's business. Like, that's all he does. At this point, I'd be batting him off like a gnat. Get out of here. Go away. Like, I wouldn't sit up there and get upset about anything that Jonathan does because he's just messy and bored and stuffed with filler. Erica's having a birthday party that she's allowing Safari to plan for her. I don't know why she would do that, but whatever. And she invited Sin and Jonathan to come. She says that she reached out to him because Yandy put his name on their gift. So she reached out to thank him. And he says that, they should meet up and talk because there's really no beef. It's really all love and whatever, Jonathan. We're sure. Because I just kind of feel like he always acts as if it's not an issue, it's not a problem. But he's steady saying and doing little messy, conniving, underhanded shit. Like the stuff he says, he makes these little comments. He does a lot of things that makes you feel as if he's fake and phony. But swear up and down, he the real deal Holyfield. Swear up and down, okay? Sitting up there with his little fake booty cheeks and won't swear up and down he's so for real. Tahiry is still feeling some type of way about the way Jonathan came at her. So maybe they'll have a conversation at Erica's party. I said, okay, Tahiry. Okay, sis. Y'all, then we see Joe, okay? I don't know what Joe had on. I'm sure it was expensive. I'm sure I couldn't afford it. But I was still confused by whatever the hell it was. I have the #1 podcast in the country right now. And I'm trying to get Jim Jones to come on to the show. So I'm meeting up with him at a cooking class. I said cooking class? Y'all look like y'all met in the back of somebody's corner store restaurant to learn how to cook. No disrespect to the chef or nothing like that, but I've seen places like that, and I swear to God, there was some, dead cats in I'm sorry, y'all. They look like the kitchen of the corner store where I grew up at. Never mind. Jim is there to learn how to cook. He's feeling like he needs to make sure that Chrissy still knows that he can finesse her panties off, okay? Like, he's trying to make an effort. He's been out of town a lot lately. Y'all know that's what their storyline is. We're back together, but Jimmy's in California trying to legally sell weed, so we haven't been seeing each other. And then Jim's trying to romance by learning how to make dumplings. I'm like, so y'all been together for 16 years and you have never cooked this girl a meal? I swear. I'm sorry. I swear. Y'all females bars be so low when a nigga got fame and money. Like, he don't really have to do nothing as long as he got some type of fame and a little bit of money. Because I swear for God, I don't think I've ever been with anybody that can't even prepare a meal for a bitch. I mean, you can't cook me breakfast in bed? Please raise the bar up, ladies. Y'all, look, let me tell y'all why I say that. Because, like, last night, Lyric had made some shrimp tacos and they was going hard. And he made margaritas. And them margaritas was sticking something terrible with all the top shelf liquor, with the good Jose Cuervos, okay? So I'm just saying, if you ain't got, like I'm not, I'm not shitting on anyone or trying to make it seem like my relationship is better than Jim Jones and Chrissy or anything like that. But I'm just saying, you ain't never cooked for this girl before. That's just sad. It's just really sad. Joe says that he's trying to get Sin to realize that same thing, that she and his son are the most important things in his life. And I feel like, Joe, where is that sentiment? Because I haven't seen it. Like, there haven't even really been any scenes or conversations besides the first 2 episodes between Sin and Joseph. So I just kind of feel like he's full of baloney. He's full of dog shit. Hell, he's probably even full of cat shit after he just finished eating whatever they was making in that kitchen. It looked like it was... So, y'all, Jimmy cooks Chrissy this romantic dinner, and it wasn't really a dinner. He cut up 1 piece of zucchini, and the piece of zucchini was uncooked, and he made 1 dumpling, and the shrimp looked like it was raw inside the dumpling. I didn't know what was going on, but if you ain't never cooked for somebody before, why don't we start off nice and easy? Why don't we just saute some shrimp? Put it over a little bit of jasmine rice with some green beans, okay? Fresh green beans, okay? As long as everything is fresh and not frozen for the most part, a female will be out here clutching the pearls in excitement that her man had hooked something that looked halfway decent and put a little parsley on top for garnish, all right? But ultimately, you made this harder than it had to be. And why the hell is you in there cooking in a blazer, in a white tee? Like, just designed to get, juices and shit all over your clothes, whatever. But they sit down and they talk, and she thinks it's cute, even though she was scared she might have to go to the emergency room after she ate the food. But her soul was full after she ate the 1 little dumpling. They get into this conversation about marriage. And my, how the tables have turned. Apparently, Jimmy now wants to get married. He thinks that their love and their great relationship deserves that solidifying stamp of marriage on the 2 of them. And in all honesty, y'all, I would feel the same way. Like, I know that you feel like, oh, our relationship is so great and, I love you so much and we family and all of that. Yeah, but legally you're not. Y'all haven't even been living together long enough recently to be considered common law. So I just kind of feel like, why do people say dumb shit like this to themselves? Like, I'm so sorry, but you not being his wife still leaves you as his girlfriend. Like, I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter how you feel about it. And if something ever happens to him, if he don't have his paperwork in order, and seeing as how Jim Jones will let a house completely get taken away from him, he may not have that paperwork in order. You will still just be a girlfriend with no rights and no power of attorney or nothing of that nature. Okay, so I just kind of feel like I don't know what's going on in y'all situation, and I won't presume to know. Now, either you got a side nigga, okay, or you telling us the truth and you really, really are okay with being a 50-year-old girlfriend for the rest of your life. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But see, if my man telling me he wants to marry me and he feels like we deserve that type of partnership, then that's something I'm definitely going to think about. But she just like, nah, I'm straight. I'm good. I don't need that. I don't feel like being bothered. I said, oh yeah, I wonder what was going on in Miami. Somebody was knocking them screws loose, keeping it all juiced and warmed up for him. Jim says still, eventually he would like to see them get married. I said, well, I guess you should have done it when your hair was longer, because now she don't want you. So y'all, let's get over to Fresher. Okay, Fresher's still kicking it at his grandma's house, but Jen called, so he's hoping that she's about to let him back in the house. As soon as he runs up the stairs, she said, back down the stairs, we gonna talk on the stoop. Okay, I'm not letting you you in my house. She said she did some investigating and found out what was going on with this girl Jada. And I'm just like, investigating? Is that what you call almost having a fist fight with her on the pier? Is that what you call investigating? Oh sis, you ain't never watched a good episode of Criminal Intent, have you? Or SVU, or The Closer, or The Mentalist, or any other police show where they show you what real investigating is, and the damn show ain't showing up to fight somebody. Girl, get on the way from me with this. Fresher admits that he does owe Jada money. Basically, he was supposed to be her manager, and he was banking on getting money from the record label. And so she paid for a lot of the things that he was supposed to pay for as the manager out of pocket for her career. Now, at the end of the day, sis, it does sound like he made some promises that he did not follow through on. But if you paying for your own promotion in your own studio time, well, it's your career. Like, I don't know why you that upset about it. Why do you want $40,000 that you spent on yourself back from him? Yeah, he may have made bad decisions, but that's what you get for trusting Fresher, who can barely manage himself, let alone someone else. Jen said, so you got this bitch telling me that you love her. Okay, that's what she told me. She said that y'all love each other. He's giggling and laughing and shit, and she don't play with me. Don't play with me. I'm like, sis gonna stroke out too early in life if she keep going down this path. You know, sometimes you really wish your hood homegirls would go to yoga and try to learn how to meditate and stop letting these niggas kill them early. Like you really would. But you know, what you gonna tell them? They ain't gonna listen. Fresher says that he was telling Jada anything that he had to tell her to keep her from blowing up his spot. Well, guess what? She blew up your spot anyway. Jen is like, when is it gonna change? It's never gonna change. If you want it, then you need to be on it. I said, oh no, maybe we need to bring Jen in the studio to rap. She got the intensity. Oh Lord. Y'all, actually, I listened to Safari's album that he just came out with. It's not the most like terrible thing I've ever heard. I hate the first song. I just think that he doesn't know how to execute what in his mind he hears Nicki rapping. Like that first song sound like something he wrote for her, and it's, you know, and he was just like, I guess I'll do it. But he has some good songs on there, some good production quality. It's a lot of, you know, the Badman and, you know, the grinding in Jamaican music. So it's a bop for his people. I feel like anybody that like, you know, Jamaican or reggae dance music, dance hall type music, they'll like Safari's music. But he has a song on there with Pap and Fresher. And I just would like to say that nobody should ever get on a song with Pap, because Pap does his best to make everybody else on the song sound like they can't rap. That's what he did. Go listen. That's what he did. Fresher says that he needs clarity on this situation with his woman. So he goes to the barbershop where nobody is actually getting a haircut to talk to Safari and Papoose about his woman problems. Safari is enjoying married life immensely. Straight! Like, whoa, calm down, buddy, calm down. Fresher tells them about his dilemma with Jada and him owing her $75,000. Safari says, if I owe somebody $70,000, I start selling my body immediately. Papoose says, go talk to Shorty and let her know that you all about your family. And after that, dead it. You know, Pap always gonna give you the black love advice. One thing I don't understand about Pap, Pap will go and get a haircut, but it never looks that way. Like, it'll look like he got lined up, but it don't look like nothing actually got cut off. You wish that it would, but I think he's trying to conceal how whopped that head is. And I want Pap to know that there's no concealing it. Just live in it. Fresher says that Pap is right, and he needs to roll up on Jada to keep her from ruining his family. I said, I love how y'all put all of the weight on the other woman instead of putting it on yourself, as if there haven't been other women before Jada. Like, boy, you ruining your family. You, okay? You and your crazy ass BM who wants to spend all her time tripping out about what you may or may not be doing instead of trying to get her own bag up and getting herself out of that basement apartment she got her and her children living in, running behind your old ass that ain't did nothing for her yet. Child, go ahead and waste your good years on him, girl. Go ahead. So he goes to the studio to meet with Jada. And he doesn't like the way she went about it, sending messages to his old lady on social media. He needed time, okay? And she says, I gave you a year and I went about it how I had to go about it because I needed my money. She pulls out receipts and starts listing all of the thousands of dollars that she spent on certain things that he was supposed to then reimburse her for. But I'm like, how many TLC documentaries you gotta watch before you realize you gotta get this type of stuff in paper, baby girl? Paper, write it. Lawyer, notarized. He admits that he messed up the money, and then he tries to negotiate the price that he needs to pay back because she wants 40. He says 35. And she was like, no, man, no. And then she starts getting emotional because they were supposed to be in love and all of this. And then he's in a confessional and the producer asks Fresha, were you and Jada in love? And he like, man, are we doing that today? Yeah. This is the confessional for the show. So we gonna talk about it. Hello? That is exactly what you are here getting paid for today. Exactly. But he takes the mic off and walks out of the confessional. I said, child, whatever. Okay? Whatever. And then he tells her in the scene that he did love her. That he does love her, but he trying to make it work with his family right now. With his BM and his kids. And she said, okay, run me my money then. Run me my $40,000. And he says, okay, I'm gonna get you the 40,000, but I love you. And I'm like, if you don't get your hard face looking ass out of here, trying to play with people's emotions, get out of here. Girl, don't ever care about the sex. Don't ever care about the emotion, the feeling. That was my friend. That was my man. Girl, you better not ever care about that ever again. Okay? Don't you dare. Because he used that so he could swindle you out of having to give you back the money he promised you. At the end of the day, I feel like if baby girl can't take him to court about it, she need to just take the L and keep it pushing and learn from the lesson. Because like I said, at the end of the day, it's not like you was footing the bill for his career. You was footing it for your own. So y'all, then we see Sin. Sin is in her kitchen cooking and she says there's nothing she likes to do more than put on something sexy and cook something for, the special man in her life. And y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I thought her baby was gonna come walking. I ain't gonna lie, I thought little Lex was with mommy, gonna come walking out. But no, it was Jonathan. I said, so you got on lingerie to cook some food for damn Jonathan? Word? Okay. Like, remember Anais used to say she and Jonathan had done worse shit? Remember that? Okay. Jonathan dibbles and dabbles if you ask me. So he tells her how he's still on the high from the wedding. Everything was so amazing, except for running into Tahiry and Joe outside the wedding. And of course, Sin wants all the deets on it. He says that Tahiry made a comment that made Joe be like, so, what's going on here? So she goes and gets a fedora for him to put on so that he can say what Joe said. I said, you know what? Nobody needs y'all to reenact the characters, okay? That's what we here for. Leave it to us, Jonathan, okay? Mind your business, Jonathan. Okay, nobody needs you to do it. All right, let us do it, all right? Sin says that at the end of the day, Tahiry and whatever she got going on with Joe ain't stopping nothing over here. And, they can go ahead and ride off into the sunset for all she cares. I said, since when, Sin? Since when? They both got invited to Erica's birthday party, so I guess they'll show up and confront Tahiry there. I think Sin tries to pretend like she's about that life, but she's not. And Tahiry definitely is. Then we see Tahiry running on a pier. And it's like this serious moment. And we like, oh, what's going on with Tahiry? And come to find out, Tahiry got a mammogram and it came back unclear. So now she has to go to a specialist to make sure that whatever's going on in her breast aren't cancerous. So she's having this health scare. And she's done everything she could possibly do to stay healthy. So this is extremely frustrating to her to feel like no matter what she did, you still end up possibly having breast cancer. I hate when women have to deal with these types of things, these scares, these moments of not knowing, people, period, really. But specifically with the breast cancer situation, it seems that often sometimes women will feel lumps or, they'll have something going on, but it won't be cancerous, but you still have to go through the ups and downs of fearing that your life could possibly be changed forever. You know, it's just scary. So y'all, Safari planned Erica's birthday party, and Tahiry is there when Erica and Safari walk through the door. And she's already on one. You can tell that she is definitely trying to coax her pain with some alcohol. There are more pictures of Safari than Erica in the event space, and I didn't understand why. I don't know what's going on here, Safari. I know that you thought that, you know, that would be cute to put up more pictures of you than her, but it's not. It seems, I don't know, like you trying to be me? Like, what in the fatal attraction? Like, what is this about? I'm the woman. I'm prettier than you, nigga. Why is your picture up here more than me? Like, I would have just had all kinds of issues with that. But like somebody said on Twitter, this what happens when two narcissists come together and fall in love and shit. Yandy comes in. She's also noticed how there are more pictures of Safari around than Erica, and Erica starts tearing up because she feels like, you know, he loves himself. He doesn't love me. Look at this. And he's like, you know, I'm trying to hope that it's her pregnancy hormones that's got her crying. I said, yeah, and the fact that your ass is a blockhead. Like, why would you do this to this girl? I feel like he likes, you know, riling her up for no reason. He likes to get her upset. Like, Jesus Christ, Safari, really? Then he gets on top of the DJ booth and sings a terrible song in an awful key. And then she's smiling and feels better. And I'm just like, this is a load of dog shit. So then he brings out the new puppy that he bought her, Badman, and it was the cutest little puppy. In all honesty, he should have started with the puppy. You could have kept the song. So here comes Sin and Jonathan, all late but bearing flowers and gifts, so we gonna let them live. They walk up to Yandy and Tahiry, who are already seated at the bar, and Jonathan is like, oh, you look sexy. And Yandy is like, oh, you know, I got to channel my sexy because my man is about to come home and everything. And then she says, yeah, they said they're waiting to find a bed at one of the halfway houses, you know, but I ain't trying to go visit him at your house or at your house, Tahiry. I don't know what that was about. I didn't realize why that was a joke to make or why that was funny. I didn't understand any of that. But Tahiry was like, I don't know why everybody think I got a bed for these niggas because I don't. Like, I don't want nobody's man. And then she looks at Jonathan and she's like, and don't you say anything. And it was like, wait, what's going on? Like, I feel like they edited and cut up this scene so that they can confuse us. To me, the issue started when Tahiry said she was celibate and Jonathan said, really? You're celibate? She was like, what, because I got a fat ass, I can't be celibate? Like, you know, this is when she's starting to get upset. She get that growl in her mouth when she talk to people. She says, you know, I can go and recycle an ex if I want to. I can go and do that if I wanted to. But no, I'm celibate, okay? And then here comes Sin walking over. Like, Q. We talking about exes, bitch. Come on over. Yandy introduces them as if they haven't already been on a season of this show together. And Yandy starts talking about how she's happy to see that Sin and Erica are back in a good place. And Yandy says, you know, I know that, you know, that's your best friend or whatever, but we was talking. And Tahiry kind of cuts her off. But I don't know why Yandy turned around and said to Tahiry, I know she's your friend. Like, what were you about to say? Like, were you about to say something negative about Erica? Like, I'm trying to understand why they tried to make this conversation so confusing. Tahiry says that she and Erica have already talked about how messy it is for, you know, Joe to be Sin's ex and her to, you know, and Erica to be Sin's ex, and everybody's an ex of an ex of an ex. It's a lot. But they've already discussed it. Tahiry then turns and says, you know, it's nothing personal between Sin and I. Okay? And at this point, everybody starts to act like they don't know what the hell Tahiry's talking about. And I'm like, she may not be speaking in full sentences based off of the edit. But at the end of the day, all of y'all, maybe not Yandy, but you were there. So yeah, Yandy, y'all have all been running y'all damn mouths about Tahiry and Joe's relationship and how that would be so terrible for Sin. So now that Tahiry and Sin are face to face and Tahiry is trying to clear the air, everybody wants to stand there and act as if they don't know what the hell she's talking about. Jonathan's like, I really don't know what you're talking about right now, mama. Because she was like, you really gonna sit here and act like you don't know what I'm talking about? She was like, you know what? Since y'all gonna act stupid, I'm gonna walk off. So she walked away. Jonathan was trying to get her to come back, and she was like, no, because I don't have time for this. You're not about to sit up here and make me look like an idiot. Then she tries to get the cameras to stop rolling, and I said, oh, Tahiry's been drinking. You had to have been drinking, because, girl, you know don't nobody shut them cameras down but them executive producers, girl. You ain't shutting no cameras down in no club scenes. Stop it, okay? But either way, we'll see the continuation of this next episode, and they're setting it up to make it seem as if Tahiry was so distraught over worrying about her mammogram that she's just talking nonsense. That's not what I felt actually happened at all. I feel like everybody understood what the hell Tahiry was talking about. They just decided to play stupid because this is Love and Hip Hop New York, and we have to keep these beefs going. We can't have no come to Jesus moment this close in the middle of the season. Oh no, we gotta just come to Jesus moment later. But yeah, y'all, that was Love and Hip Hop New York. Wasn't really much to it. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next one.